Hi, air signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. This is your April 2021 reading. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. When you go into subscriptions, it'll show you every week when I do my videos. I post them on Saturday mornings. So all the Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, welcome to your August 2021 reading. Not August, April. I'm jumping the gun. I'm wishing it's August. How about that one? All right, the first reading, your cards came out so fast today. Chaos and conflict. And then exchanging gifts. And the next one is the deep knowing, and it's upside down. So what this is saying is you are coming out of chaos and conflict. And whatever that was that happened for you guys, I'm so sorry. I know I've been reading you for a while, and you know, you've been coming out of something, and I was crying in your last video because I could feel your pain of whatever you have been coming out of. It's a major loss, and for that, I'm really sorry for all of you guys for what you're going through, what you're experiencing, all the Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. This is a major transformation time for you guys. And the next one is exchanging gifts. And I'm going to read a little bit deeper into exchanging gifts because I think you are getting gifts, but the gift is you. And I've said this to you guys before. You are the gift. I don't know if you know that, but it says the law of giving and receiving, currency trade-offs, weighing cost and determining value. You are entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the values others bring to your life. So you guys, right now, you know, you are doers. You're used to doing. And I think what you're learning how to do is not just, you don't have to be the only one to give. It's going to be nice if you can actually receive. Allowing yourself to be able to receive is very hard, especially if you've been a giver your whole life. And sometimes I can give you an example. I had a girlfriend who did and never let anybody do for her in return. And I think what ended up happening was people just get the hell out of your way because they're scared they're not going to do it right. They're scared it's not going to be good enough. And then they're like, fuck it, you do it. And the person who's doing it is so resentful that nobody helps them. So I think sometimes you set yourself up and you don't even realize it. Like you think you're being nice, you think you're being helpful. And then on the receiving end of that, people just feel like no matter what they do, it's not going to be right or it's not going to be good enough for you. So they just stop. So it doesn't mean that how you did things was wrong. It means what's going on right now is you're relearning how to do things that you never learned how to do. We all are. You're not the only one experiencing this, air signs. So the next one is deep knowing, and it's upside down. So I'm going to tell you, deep knowing is your intuition. And when it's upside down, it's like, I think you knew deep down something wasn't right for you, and you kept doing it anyway in hopes that it was going to be different. We all do that. You're not the only one who does that either. But I'm telling you guys that you can start trusting yourselves. And deep down, you know. Your body knows, your soul knows before you can speak it. So it usually starts in your head. You start thinking about it. Then you might tell somebody out loud. Like the process, you don't just wake up one day and know everything and you're connected and you just do it. This is a long time coming. You had to come out of some chaos and conflict. And a lot of times you don't even know you're in it until you're out of it. Like you didn't even know that that's what it was until it's been removed. You don't know you're walking on eggshells until you're not walking on eggshells. So like this says intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, and hypersensitivity. You are on empathy overload and need to get grounded again. So tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive, you're suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for recharging of your batteries. Set energetic boundaries. Take a salt bath. Empty your mind and get back to you. It's not a time to be too open. Soon enough, you can let your guard down. Right now, you need self-care and self-love. It's time to say no thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you. Won't that feel good? Okay, guys, a lot of times people who exhaust you, I now can refer to them as energy vampires. And people who do this, honestly, they don't know they're doing it. But these are people that kind of come in. They, my one friend used to say they're called assholes. Instead of an asshole, they're an asshole. They constantly ask for advice and they never take it. And then they come in and you feel like a vacuum just sucked the life out of you. And then soon as you're about to tell them about yourself, they're like, I have to go. And they hang up on you. And you're like, what the hell just happened? You just feel like somebody just sucked all the life out of you. Or they call you and they say, oh, hi, how are you? And you're like, oh, I'm okay. I had a cold. And they're like, I had a cold. I've been sick all week. And then the week before I had arthritis. And they just go into all about them. So a lot of times you feel bad and you feel sorry for them. And it's hard for you to let them know, like, this isn't right for me. And I need to spend the least amount of time with you as possible. It's very hard to do. What I've also learned is when you have people who are like this, and really what they are is they're spiritually disconnected and they're so caught up in themselves because they're stuck in that chaos and conflict. They don't even know what's happening. They're just guarding and protecting themselves. And they're really emotionally unwell, but they don't realize the energy they take from you. But as much energy that they take from you, they're also exhausted all the time. It's so much work for them to be that way. And they are so unaware of how they affect other people because they're so consumed with themselves. So this is saying you don't have to spend a lot of time with people who do this to you. And maybe what you can do is, if you have to talk to somebody like that, start establishing boundaries. And you're like, Michelle, how the hell? What do you mean? So like, if you have to talk to somebody who's an energy vampire, call them from your car when you know you have to get out of the car in 10 minutes. Oh, I only have 10 minutes. Or like where you actually have something where you physically only have a certain amount of time so you can limit yourself. You know, call them when you know you have to be at work in 5 minutes. Oh, I only got 5 minutes. And this way, that is true. You really do only have that going on, you know, but you're limited and you have a way out. You have kind of like, you have an escape plan. So what I've learned over the years is always have an escape plan of how to protect yourself. If you know you're going into an uncomfortable situation or you're going to be in a place that is not healthy for you, these are things that you can do. You can drive separate. You can call somebody and let them know that you're going there. You can ask somebody to call you while you're there to get you out or just to check in. You know, you don't have to be trapped or stuck anywhere where you don't want to be. But a lot of times, if you don't let people know about your situation before you enter into it, like when you're in these situations and you can't think straight, because usually when you're around somebody who's sucking the life out of you, you can't even get a word in edgewise to say, like, I have to go. Or so if you have kind of like an escape plan before you go, you don't have to think when you're in the middle of it, because when you're in the middle of it, you can't think. And I'll let you guys know, I went on a trip with somebody and we shared a rental car, me and this person. And she was a night owl and I'm a morning person. And we only had her on the driving thing because it costs more to have 2 drivers on it. So I either A, had to wait for her to get up and she was a late sleeper, or not drive. And I remember being on this trip and I'm like, God, I feel trapped. And my one girlfriend said to me when I got back, she's like, why didn't you call an Uber? And I'm like, oh my God, like that was so smart. But when I was in that situation, I was so busy feeling trapped that I couldn't think straight. I couldn't think, why don't I call an Uber? I didn't think, oh, I should call a friend and see how they're doing. Or I was just so trapped that I couldn't think straight. So limiting your time with the people that do this, it's a great place to begin and start, and always have an escape plan. So that is a good tool before you're going to be in a situation that's really uncomfortable. Just have a way out, always. So the next one is listening with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. So you guys, I think for a long time, you thought you could not trust yourself and you had to analyze and work out of your head. Like it had to make sense in your head. And now you're starting to feel it in your heart and in your body. And you can sense when something's not right for you. So you're starting to get that feeling in your body. And if you think it, you can trust it. So you guys are in the process of connecting your head and your heart, which is so beautiful and amazing. And you're a lot closer than you think, by the way. The next one is being in the flow. And it says, I am in the flow of the universe. So, excuse me, you're allowing the universe to guide you. You are in a boat and you are letting it steer you. I'm telling you, you guys are in the flow with the universe. You have an angel leading the way with a light in front of it. So in order, I love that you guys are in the flow and you're being in the flow, but usually you don't just go with the flow. You are so tired of trying to control everything yourself that you're just like, fine, God, you take it, you do it. I surrender. And honestly, that is such a beautiful place to be, but it's not an easy place to get to. So I know, and I shared this in your last video, you guys have come out of hell. You have come out of major trauma. You have come out of major loss. You are grieving and you are healing. And that is what is going on with you right now. And even if you're sad, you are not feeling sorry for yourself. You are grieving the loss of things that you never had or thought you had and didn't. And honestly, I want you guys to give yourself permission to grieve. You are not feeling sorry for yourself. This is part of the healing process. So I love that you guys have finally finally allowed God or the divine, your angels, whoever you believe in, to steer your ship, and that you're like, I'm along for the ride. So the next one is believing in magic. It says, true magic is abounding in my life. So let me see, in this hat, in this magical magic hat, there's music, there's presents, there's a key, there's birds, there's a letter, there's dolphins, there's roses, there's the planets, there's stars, there's God, the divine. You guys, I think you are in shock of what is available to you right now. And you know what? It's beautiful and amazing. And I'm glad you guys are opening up to it. I hope you're not beating yourself up of what took me so long, because you are right on time. And this is happening exactly how it's supposed to happen, exactly when it's supposed to happen. So you couldn't have done it any better, and you couldn't have done it any sooner. But this is part of your process. And you guys, maybe you love magic. Maybe you love rabbits. Maybe you're just believing in all the wonders that life has to offer. And maybe you've guarded and protected yourself and kept your world kind of small. And that's okay, guys, that you needed to do that. You needed to do that for as long as you did. And now you're waking up to a whole different life. And it's so beautiful. And congratulations. I know your path has not been easy, but I promise you, whatever is on the other side, whatever, you're on the other side. Beauty is on the other side. Grace is on the other side. Joy is on the other side. And you are starting to believe in that, and you're starting to step into it. And the more you do it, the more you're starting to trust that you can keep doing it. So the next one is integrity, and it says, drop the things that offend your soul. Embrace the truth. It's your life. Let no one live it for you. So drop the things that offend your soul. Embrace the truth. It's your life. Let no one live it for you. So maybe you didn't know what offended your soul. You guys, a lot of times we just go through life and go through the motions, and you don't even know what offends you, because you get numb, because you need to be, because you need to protect yourself. So you are just starting to get rid of the things that don't make you feel good anymore. And that honestly is beautiful and amazing, but it takes time, and you'll feel it in your body first. You'll get headaches, you'll get stomach aches, you'll get nauseous, you will have body aches, you will have flare-ups if you have autoimmune diseases. Like, usually that's what happens. Things come out in your body first before you're able to acknowledge them. And a lot of times they have to get so big in order for you to notice. But this color is blue, and blue means security, trust, loyalty, responsible, protects, calms, relaxes, supports, confidence, peace, honesty, reliability. And you guys are all of these things. And maybe blue is one of your favorite colors, but it's a very healing, it's a very, very healing card to get. The next one is cycles, and it's purple. And purple is spirituality, and it is awareness, psychic inner vision, wisdom, color of the evolving soul, unconscious wisdom, collective knowledge of mankind. So it says, we are all becoming. Surrender to your changes, release your fear. Trust this powerful process. Okay, you guys. So you have lived in fear. Everybody does. And maybe your fear was a little more extreme. But again, if your fear was extremely extreme, it is because of situations and things that have happened to you that you needed to guard and protect yourself. So if you ever read the book, The Velveteen Rabbit, and he's talking about becoming, I don't know if you've, it's my favorite book. And there's, you become, and you don't become until all your hair is left off and you get shabby in the joints. So like, the older you get, the more you become and the more beautiful it is. And a lot of times we're so used to looking at, if the outside looks good, then the inside will match. And a lot of times we have to go work on the outside first to realize that's not fulfilling your soul. But if you grew up poor, if you grew up without things, you needed to go work on the outside first. You had to. That's what you needed to do. But you are releasing your fear. And you don't just wake up one day and release fear. It takes a lifetime. It took a lifetime to live like that, and it takes a long time to release it. So I'm asking you guys to start forgiving yourselves. I guarantee if you knew better, you would have did better. And you're doing better now. And the divine is recognizing you for that. And congratulations, you guys are brave as shit. And you're so strong, and you have endured a lot. And the divine is with you, and you are not alone. The next one is action, and it says, stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. So if you guys have taken a pause, which I think if you were in this extreme fear, either you're go, 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 and then you just hit a brick wall and you're like, you go down flat. So that's okay too. That is usually how a lot of people cope with trauma and learn how to survive. And maybe when you go down, you're not going to go down as long. It doesn't mean you're not going to go down. It doesn't mean, okay. So I'm going to tell you a few things that I heard about. When I was growing up, if you laid down, if you couldn't get out of bed, you were lazy. And I never realized people who can't get up aren't lazy. They're depressed. And then I heard Jay Shetty talk about depression. And he said, it is deep resting. And one of the reasons why people need to deep rest is because you're paralyzed with fear. And then what is underneath that is you are taking a pause. And some people need longer pauses than others. But this is like, you're going to start to take action. And Rome wasn't built in a day. You don't need to hurry this process up. It's not going to happen faster if you do more. So it's like, stop and smell the roses. You're coming out of your chaos and conflict. You are trying to integrate this new way of life that you're learning, and you're connecting your head and your heart, and it's coming together. So all of the air signs, you guys are doing a fabulous job, and the divine wants you to know that, and to be kind and gentle with yourself. And the fear, one thing you can do is you can ask God, Spirit, the divine, to help remove this fear for you. Your people are out there. They're looking for you too. This is your sign signing off for the month of April. I'm sending you all the love and light that I can. I will see you all soon. If you're still watching, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you.